And we're live. Go ahead, RO, and play that Frank music. Blue skies.
Bloody well know. Would bloody well know. What do you think, Mister? Some kind of floozy? And yeah, when will those clouds all disappear? And yeah, where will it lead us from here? With no loving in our souls and no money in our coats, you can say we're satisfied. And yeah, and yeah, and say we never tried. And yeah, beautiful, yeah. But ain't a time we said goodbye. And yeah, I still love you. Remember all those nights we cried. All the dreams we held so close seemed to all go up in smoke. Let me whisper in your ear, Angie, Angie, where will it lead us from here? So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail? Smile from a veil. Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts? Hot ashes for dreams, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for trade. Did you exchange? Walk on part in the wall, leave the road in a cage. Strange. Bobby Flowers. That's about it.
Thank you, Frank.
One more.
All right.
One more again. For one more again. It's good. Stop. Bloody well now.
All right. Thank you, R.O. Well, gentlemen, you, like me, were friends with a man named Frank. We knew him on the internet. He was upside down and from the future, and he touched my heart. The rest of y'all who are here either heard him or talked to him, and he always would talk to anybody. And he was my friend. Unfortunately, he left us last year, a year ago today. Rest in peace, Brother Frank. My favorite memory of Frank is one morning, early, 2 a.m. or so, I was driving north out of Kansas City, heading up to probably South Dakota, I think. And Frank called in, and he tried to fool me with pretending he was somebody he wasn't, because Frank always tried to, put on a different name. We still do that. And he played me a song. And, that just touched me so deeply. I'll never forget it. So, one at a time, I'd like you guys to come in and share a Frank story. And we'll talk about our friend who's no longer with us in the physical world, but is still with us spiritually. I think about him every day, and that includes you too, Riggs. So you won't be messing anything up, because you were one of his special friends, and you deserve to be heard as much as everybody else. So, Mr. Hemi, you're here now.
Yes, sir. My favorite thing about Frank, well, there were many favorite things, but one of the things I thought he had an absolute talent for was music, but creating songs, like funny songs about the guys in the community, and he would play them to popular music, but just the lyrics that he would come up with, the songs. He said one night when you were driving, I remember when he did his Yoko Ono impression for you. And man, oh man, if I didn't come close to pissing my pants that night, I don't know. It was so funny. And his sense of humor was top notch. Like, I couldn't compare. He very funny guy. Would always make you laugh with jokes or comical songs. And like I said, he was he was the friend for everybody. He really was. Even people that we would call our enemies, Frank would be the one that could talk to them. Now, whether he would, make any headway with them or not, but most of us guys, we throw our hands up and fuck, I can't be bothered. But Frank would be bothered. He would really take the time. I had a few late night calls with him, and he shared some personal things with me that, I don't know who else he shared them with, but he truly was a kind, gentle soul. And like you, not a day goes by where I don't think of him or severely miss his involvement here. Can't believe it. It's been a year already, but it has. Remember, and one of my favorite videos is one he made just before his passing, but I believe the title was Salt, and where he called out some of the guys in the community and gave them the reverence that they deserve.
Yeah. You want that we should play that one? R.O.
I wouldn't mind.
Salt?
It's not very long. It's only a few minutes or so in totality. It might be under live streams. See, he had videos and lives.
Yeah.
Just like that commercial for the old Toyota. Oh, bugger.
Oh,
Got the best.
Oh, fucking
and look at this sign. Look at this sign.
People in the world.
Can't see it. What does it say?
That's why I've called this salt.
Riggs.
Won't be here long.
See what it said. I saw a little green sign, but I couldn't read it.
Yeah, like I said, Riggs. The town of Riggs, Missouri.
Well, there's an entire Gulf named after me in France.
But you can't say it to their faces, eh? You can't just say, "Oh,
Rigga.
you guys are a gift
I was sitting
from,
in the airplane and
from a heavenly family, infinite." You can't say that. They'll laugh you down.
Names for stuff started to populate, and it said Gulf of Riga. So I pulled out my phone. I took a picture of it when I got connected to Paris Wi-Fi. I sent it to him. I'm like, check it out. I got my own Gulf.
But the best people you'll ever get. You come late in life sometimes, eh? These buggers. I made this for kids too. That should impact on it because these guys are like kids. That's the best way. That's the way you should be. Like a kid, the way God makes you like a kid. You lose the kid as you get older and shit like that. Oops, I just said a swear word. Shouldn't say that. But these are the best people in the world. Just keep on lasting through life, hey? Yeah. What do they say? Where is this?
Yeah, they've got the petting zoo there, and they don't let Frank in the petting zoo anymore.
Yeah, we all know Frank's about that heavy petting in the petting zoo.
He's been banned from the petting zoo.
I thought JR was banned from the petting zoo.
He might be, but I know Frank is for sure.
I resemble all those remarks. So does JR. Hey, but the boys, good men. You get some good people early in your life, and then your whole life goes through. You'll get one or two here and there. These guys are the best. The best. They're salt. Salt never runs out. It always stays salt, in my opinion. It becomes unsalty unless it's digested. It becomes a part of you. And God makes your families in little ways. So, don't be despondent with things. But these are the best people. And it's good. It's good being no dramas. No dramas. Better being no dramas. Doesn't say much about people from the outside that come in and wish to cause that sort of drama. And I mean the outside, not even in, you wouldn't even call them red. Outside. Best people. So, yeah. But Brendan can't drive anyway. You got excellent people here. The best people. But I can't say that to their faces, eh? No. No. Anyway, there you go. See what these bums are doing, eh? Should say something. Should read a poem, eh? Let's read a poem. Hey, yo, Vinny. Let's read a poem. Let's think of a poem. What's a good poem? Let's think. Let's think. Here's a nice one. Nice one. This was read at a funeral once. Yates. The trees are in the autumn beauty. The woodland paths are dry under the October twilight. The water mirrors a still sky. Upon the brimming water among the stones are 59 swans. The 19th autumn has come upon me since I first made my count. I saw before I'd well finished all suddenly mount and scatter wheeling in great broken rings upon their clamorous wings. I have looked upon those brilliant creatures, and now my heart is sore. All's changed since I hearing at twilight the first time on the shore, the bell beat of their wings above my head trod with a lighter tread. Unwearied still, lover by lover, they paddle in the cold, companionable streams or climb the air. Their hearts have not grown old. Passion or conquest, wander where they will, attend upon them still. But now they drift on the still water, mysterious, beautiful, such are those chosen by God. The wind. Among what rushes will they build? By what lake's edge or pool delight men's eyes when I awake some day to find they've flown away? Yeah. An Irishman. Poet from an Irishman. Well. Let's see what these guys are doing, eh? The very best. The very best. Bless. God bless. Peace.
All right. Thank you, R.O.
Now, when Francis made that, I didn't think so much of it, but that was a few days before he passed, and it was a lot more poignant after the fact. But it just goes to show that he thought of us the same as we thought of him, and he was a great friend, and I was blessed to have known him.
Absolutely. He really did touch a lot of lives. We got some other guys waiting backstage patiently. At least Outlaw's waiting patiently. Wind was here, but he bailed. I'm going to be bringing you guys on one at a time.
Thank you for doing this, Brandon. I have heard out there who say that, let the dead die. I couldn't disagree more. His legacy he left with us, and we carry it every day.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Let's bring on Outlaw.
What's going on,
Well-
guys?
Hello, Outlaw.
What's up? What's up? I had to go back through my older content from Odyssey to find the video that I put together with him. And I can't remember now if it was Rusty that sent me those clips. It's the video I did with all of the last things that Frank spoke before he passed. See if I,
You want to play it?
yeah. Hold on, let me get this set up. I think Rusty sent that through Facebook. And then I put the video together. I think it was 3 separate audio clips. So this is technically the very last words we have of Frank on audio.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Hey, my brother Rusty. I'm here, my brother. I got your voice clip. I love the old Frank. I love it. It's really cool, brother. Been laying low a bit lately, bro. As you know, brother, I got cancer, but it might not be anything great for you guys are more survivors than I am. I'm just a nothing. I'm a fly on the wall. It just got diagnosed formally after all of the stuff that they've been through. All of the teams I've seen, all of the doctors, a lot of incompetence goes on, a lot of strange stuff goes on. They diagnosed it. I'll send a couple of these. They diagnosed it as primary. What's that P one? Pancreatic and secondary lung and liver. I'll send another one out to you, brother. Okay, love you, brother. One thing I've noticed, I want to say, I'm extremely proud of you, brother. You're the first that I know of. Are you Mr. Blue? Could you be Mr. Blue? It's okay. I love our sphere. I love the boys in our sphere. I pray for the boys in our sphere. And if anyone's got particular problems, I pray for them particularly. I've prayed for you many times, and I know some boys pray for me too. So I'll always be happy for that. I get very, very weak, extremely weak, and I get very, very sore. Very, very sore. In fact, it's very hard to get away from this pain entirely. So I have to keep dosing up on this thing. But one thing I was going to say is about demonetization, and I'll send just one more, brother. I've been looking at demonetization, and all these lads, including Hammerhand and others, are demonetized, and I didn't like that. So I guess probably going through the store, getting something from, if they've got a store, get a cap or a mug or something like that. This will never, it'll never fade away. We are correct. All of our philosophies are correct. And it's good that we keep discussing and even debating our philosophies. That's good. I reckon it's really good to keep doing that. But we are correct. I have no desire for a female. It doesn't matter what the female would look like. And I think most people would have a better life to not be nagged as much and have a peaceful life, much more peaceful. But Rusty, I love you, brother. You're an inspiration to me. You and many other brothers, Brandon, a whole lot of boys. You inspire me so much. And
Yeah, that
Great
was
man.
Oh yeah. Oh, hold on.
Great man. Brandon, I sent you all of the screenshots from my chats with Frank.
Yeah, I've got those, but I have no way to play them right now.
No, I know, but maybe you can post them onto your community page later on.
Yeah, yeah.
Frank was always concerned about everybody else but himself. He always put other people first.
Yeah, he taught us a lot about life and taught us a lot
Yeah.
about dying with dignity.
Yeah. I remember you were talking about how you would let him into your chat and you'd be in starting at 1 or 2 in the morning and he'd be serenading you with his guitar.
Yeah.
And just playing the guitar, singing a song, not expecting anything from you. Frank really was a special guy. There's not many men like that.
Yeah. And Broken Pine, I don't know you, brother, but Frank was a great dude, and we're remembering him tonight, and it is a little depressing. But if you'd known Frank, you'd also be happy.
Yeah.
Because Frank always made everybody happy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And even, reading that Bible verse at the beginning of Outlaws thing, you look at the sheep. You can't look at sheep anymore without thinking of Frank and the petting zoo joke.
Yes, I know. I know.
The running joke was that Frank was banned from the petting zoo for getting a little too friendly.
Oh yeah.
And what's funny is he'd be dying laughing right along with us right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And before we knew how sick he was, we used to bah and call him.
Yes.
Because we knew he was lurking.
Oh yeah. I remember playing chess with him, and I would say, "Bah, it's your move."
Yeah.
And it I mean, he really lived his life like putting other people first, making sure that everybody but himself was okay. And he was a great man. He really was a great man.
And
Yeah.
I had the honor of watching him save a man's life one night. We had a guy call into the show who was doing really poorly, drunk out of his mind, playing with his pistol. And we literally prayed him away from that dark place. When I had to step away to do some business because I was still driving and working. And Frank stayed with him until I got back, and it was hours. And they were still, Frank just didn't give up on this gentleman. And he's still with us today. So it wasn't all just fun and games. Frank was quite the theologian as well.
Yes. Yes.
His knowledge of the Bible was very deep. And I miss that. I miss talking with him about that. So,
Yeah,
great man.
he was
Great man.
He was a good guy. I consider it a privilege that I got to know him.
Yeah. Me too.
A few times we had phone conversations, it was special.
All right. You guys have anything else to add to the memory of St. Francis, as they're calling him? He would be appalled at being called a saint, by the way.
Oh,
But
yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. He would really want to throw down with you right now for doing that.
yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I'm gonna see. I'm gonna
Go
see
ahead,
if I can get that video and download it back to the channel where people can have it. So I've got one for Dick Marks too, and I think one for Sifu on that old channel.
Sifu was a good guy too.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know Dick Marks, but God, that was a great name.
Yes.
Sifu was a buddy of mine. He and I would talk offline a lot about homesteading. Well,
I'll jump out, gents. Give someone else a chance. You guys take care.
Thank you very much, Eric.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and get going too then.
All right.
All right, guys. Peace out.
Riggsy, hop on. Any of the rest of y'all? Johnny, he loved you too. I know that.
Remember one of the things he said about the philosophy?
Yeah.
He said it would be tested, but he believed it to be sound.
Yeah.
He said will we continue to be continually be tested.
Yep.
He knew it wasn't
All right.
gonna change.
Yeah. Ape, you're up.
Well, I'd like to say that Frank couldn't pronounce agape to save his life. It was always, hello, agape brother. And Frank was intelligent. He was a very intelligent man, and he proved it when we were competing on Billy Von Baum's live stream. Are you smarter than a porn star? I believe I was the first or second contestant on that show, and I beat my porn star. Frank comes up and he just barely beat his porn star in the questions, and I was laughing so hard I about fell out of my chair because I thought he is going to catch so much shit if he gets beat in a quiz show by a porn star. But he pulled her out in the end. Frank came through.
He was definitely smarter than a porn star.
He was definitely smarter than a porn star. So, and I remember, I don't remember whose stream. The first time I ever saw Frank's face, I don't know if it was on your stream, True Blood, or if it was anyways, everybody got off the stream. Well, the streamer stayed on. Riggs was there. I think it was you. It was Riggs got on. Riggs was still on the stream. I was still on the stream, and Frank was still on the stream. And Frank just says, "Well, now that we're alone," and he turned his camera on, and we all bullshitted for a little while. And I don't remember if that was on your stream, True Blood, or if it was somebody else's.
I don't remember that incident, so I couldn't tell you.
I'm pretty sure Riggs was on there because Riggs showed his face. Riggs got on camera too. So we were all on camera just bullshitting and laughing and talking to each other for, I don't know, probably half hour, 40 minutes or something like that. But for the life of me, I cannot remember whose stream we were on. I don't think it was Dax.
Yeah.
But anyhow. But I remember seeing Frank's face, and we're sitting there talking and laughing and having a good time. He was always good for that, and he was he could talk to anybody, but he was fiercely loyal.
Oh, he
So
really
much that
was.
if somebody attacked somebody in the community, he went out of his way to just, disprove it or say, hey, that's not right. You're not going to do that. So he was very, very defensive of his friend.
Yeah.
Which is a good quality. There's too many
And
backstabbing bastards.
he was quite proud of, of people, so much so that he would, get very belligerent.
Yeah.
I remember the day that he and Sir Yeetus had the fight over who was the biggest drunk. So fucking Yeetus hasn't talked to me since. Oh shit. And Frank even made a video to him apologizing for that. So oh well.
Looks like we've got a black sheep in white sheep clothing.
Hey, Riggs.
Yeah, I'm the black sheep of the family.
Riggs, do you remember whose stream we were on when Frank did that?
No, I don't, man.
Golly, that bugs me. I can't remember who it was, but I know you were there, and I was there. Frank was there, but I can't remember whose stream it was. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It was a good talk. It doesn't matter where we were.
Back before Saunders was known for his threes, there was Frank with his bah.
Yeah.
No, I was lucky enough to have one conversation with him. It had to have been around Thanksgiving or shortly after. So probably a few days before he passed. Not often you get that privilege. I know I didn't get that with my grandmother when she passed in 22. So
a lot of good things about Frank. And even though he was half the world away, about as far away from us as you can get, he was always there.
Can you see the comments, True Blood?
Yeah, I can see the comments.
Read Johnny Midnight.
Right. I loved it when Frank called this guy who was messing with Outlaw, called him a fucking cat.
Or he talked about dickheads.
Or decades.
Yes. Dickheads.
He's been a deckhead for years. A decade, Frank? Yeah, a decade.
Johnny, why don't you come on too? You haven't talked
Johnny
for a
Queso.
long time. One.
I will duck out. I'll be in the chat.
All right. Later, brother.
See you later, Escape.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yep, Riggsy. Yeah, I cannot to this day think of Frank without fucking thinking about sheep. Rusty, why don't you hop on too?
Yeah, the only person that shagged more sheep than Frank was the Welsh.
Yeah. Then
I told him he needed some wellies and some Velcro mitts. Facing toward a cliff.
Yeah.
They push back better, I'm told.
Yep. And anybody else who has a Frank memory is more than welcome to hop on too. Another time I remember Frank was on one of Saunders' streams with a panel. There was 6 people on the panel, including myself. I came on under an assumed name, and the entire time, anytime Frank would start trying to say anything, I turned it around to pretend like he had me chained in his basement. It was terrible, terrible. So it was hilarious to me, anyways. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I would always pop in there whether I thought he was awake or not. I'd pop in there and go bah 3 times.
Yeah. Then you guys used to have fart wars too.
Yeah, or he's threatening to send his cats over to beat my cats up or something.
Yeah.
Speaking of, I got one of them sitting right by me that won't leave my side. He knows something's up.
What in the hell's going on up in this joint?
Oh, just reminiscing about our good friend Frank.
I got some stories. Oh boy. Well, number one, in the manosphere, we were always in the habit of, when we would say, "Love you, brother, no homo." Frank comes along, and man, he changed the whole dynamic. He was like, "Love you, brother, full homo." Yeah. Yeah, I think he's the only one that ever did that.
Well, we've got the Swede now that always signs off with hugs and kisses. So
okay.
But he's got a bunch of kids. And
yeah. Me and Frank, we would stay up real late. And Frank always had white wine. He would have a like a Zinfandel, and I always had my Cabernet Sauvignon. So he was the white guy, I was the red guy, and man, we would be smoking and drinking up a storm, man, all through the night, and then we would go into somebody's stream. And I'm talking about somebody that wasn't even in the manosphere, they had a live stream going. Me and Frank, we would organize everybody in the chat to do a raid on somebody else's stream that they didn't even know. But they, next thing you know, the content producer had 80 people disappear from their stream. Yeah, man. What happened at the end? You remember this? Him being True Blood, Briggs. It's like he disappeared, and so I went in and through Facebook, because me and Frank were friends on Facebook and we communicated a lot that way, and I started leaving him messages in Facebook because he wasn't responding to anything, through YouTube. And then he started replying. And what was going on is he was only awake maybe 2 to 3 hours a day for the last few weeks of his life. The rest of the time, he was much. Yeah. I don't know if it was fentanyl or whatever pain medication, but yeah, he was on a drip. He was on an IV. And the times that he was awake, the man had his brain, he had his mind, and that's when he made Salt, and he left a lot of people messages. And what he did is he left me voice recordings, and it was 3 of them. And those were, to the best of my knowledge, to us in the Manosphere, like his very last words that he left. And then after about a week of not hearing from him, I tracked down his sister on Facebook, and she confirmed that he had passed away. And I had a whole bunch of his friends that lived over there also contact me.
Sorry about that. My truck's being stupid.
One moment. I'll be right back. I gotta go reset a breaker.
Yeah.
Frank was a fierce fighter. Yeah, he would offer an olive branch first, but man, you mess with his friends. Oh my God. That son of a gun would go commando on you.
Yeah.
That's all I got, True Blood. If I go any further, I know where this is going to go for me. So, I'm going to bow out gracefully here, but love all you brothers. Full homo. Frank!
Bah. Bah.
Apparently, my heater and the dryer are on the same circuit. Oops.
Yeah. Well, we all, we're all gay now, according to some people. So. Full homo. Anyways, the Frank we knew is gone, but he's going to live on forever.
Definitely going to be thinking about him when I'm on that plane, for sure.
Yep. Johnny, are you going to hop on? Go ahead.
I told him I was going to see this through.
And he'd be proud of you, Riggs. He believed in you. Hell, I'm proud of you. So
it's a long time coming, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely be thinking old Frankie when I touch down over there. Been having a lot of kind of not necessarily supernatural type shit happen lately, but people have made their presence known in one way or the other. I'll put it that way.
Good.
Kind of freaked me out, but then I kind of was like, oh, okay, that's so-and-so making their presence known. I'm wondering what Frank's little sign is going to be.
Yeah, another one who believed in you was Sifu. So, I don't know.
Sifu, I didn't really get all that close with. I would always tune into his lives when he was on, or tried to anyway. Yeah. He seemed like a cool dude.
He wasn't on very often though, and
no,
and especially because he's another guy that he had cancer and lung cancer, and dealt with a divorce while he was going through lung cancer, and he comes back from that. And he's writing a book, getting ready to.
Yes, Brody.
Sifu
is gone.
Yeah, he died a little over a year ago too. And he wrote his book, finished his book off, And that was it. He was just gone. And to this day, I still cannot find a copy of that book, but I know he finished it. He was talking that it was finished the last time that I spoke with him. And about a month later, I heard that he'd passed.
I've since Frank has passed. Now I found out through Rusty and a couple other guys when Frank had passed, and I added on Facebook one of his family members, one of Frank's family members, and I've kept in contact with them. And now there's a lot of irons in the fire with regards to my Hawaii plans, but at some point I do intend on going to his grave and visiting at some point. It's one of those bucket list things. Maybe once I'm settled and I got a little bit of cash to spare, might take a puddle jumper over there.
Yeah.
Hawaii's a lot closer to New Zealand than, center of the U.S. So, and of course,
Frank would appreciate you.
Pictures and video and whatnot for the guys when I go.
Yeah, Frank would appreciate it if you drank a bottle of Zinfandel.
I did when he passed. I went and bought a bottle from one of the local liquor stores and had a glass. I'm not normally a wine person, but for old Frankie, I'll give it a go.
Yep. All right. Well, I know there's a bunch of you guys in the chat right now that had spoken with Frank. If you wish to come on, now's your chance. If not, we're coming up on an hour, and we will shut her down. Otherwise, I want to thank each and every one of you who came and saw this, plus everybody who got on the panel. Special thanks to RO for playing the videos for me on such short notice. And Hemi, RO, do you want to say anything before we go? I guess not. Well,
Mr. Hemi?
No, I'm sorry. Couldn't find my mute button. No, just he's sorely missed, and we'll think about him every day. Love that guy. Full homo.
Full homo. Peace out, brothers, and try to be like Frank a little more.
Just leave the sheep alone.
Yeah, just leave the sheep alone. Or at least do it where there's no cameras. So, bye. I'm not going to sign off the normal way. Y'all have a great evening.
Thanks again, Brendan.
Thank you.